Okay, so now clearly you can see that there's been some action going on in the emulator here. I'm going to show you a couple of features. So let's say, for argument's sake, I don't know, you want to just skip. Let's say you got stuck, or you got caught, or you got lost, or something happened, and you can't kind of get the hand recovered. You're going to let play carry on. But you need to recover your controller on the stream. So you could just say skip hand, for example, or skip hand. And then it'll tell you to complete that hand, so the live hand would get completed. Then it's saying end the session and start a new session, right? So you can hit refresh seats, make sure everyone's registered. And it knows that the blinds are 1 and 2 here, so you can actually get right into a hand. Or, of course, you could have taken the option in the queue there to, start a session and reset the blinds, or end the session first, or reset the blinds. In this case, we're staying in the same session after skipping that hand. And so what we want to do in this video is show, as actions unfolding, how you can take corrective action. So it's telling us place the button, so let's place the button. Okay, it's telling us to deal the hand. I was saying deal the hand. So I'm just going to pop over to my emulator and get these hands dealt out. They're not going to necessarily come out in the proper order. I'm just clicking buttons from the simulator environment. Actually, I'm not actually dealing live cards. Okay, so buttons on seat 8. Small blind, big blind, under the gun, and as we were mentioning in the prior video, it's highlighting the player with action. So, just to kind of hit on that one, very simple feature. Let's say by mistake you get distracted, or you were, maybe you went into the diagnostic first for some reason. You came in this way. Oh, it still stays highlighted, so that's not a good example. But let's say you activated the table menu here, right? Now you've lost your highlight. So if you're kind of like, oh, I wanted to see what was in the table menu, oh, but now I'm about to start action. Oh, who's that? So you just say highlight action, and there you go. It puts the ring back. So the action's on this player, action's opened, and what do we want to do? Let's say we say call, and then just a really simple opportunity for corrective action. So let's say you said call, but the player actually said action. Player actually folded. So let's say, for argument's sake, you hit the call button instead of the fold button, or you thought they said call when they actually said fold. Whatever reason, the point is, let's say you made a mistake and you're just 1 deep. The action is now here, but you wanted to correct the action, make that guy a fold. You can do it one of two ways. You can always just undo the last action, right? And it's okay. You can keep undoing as far back as you want to go. You can't go any further because they're the first person to act in this street. And that's the key point, is that you can take corrective action within the streets of action. So, and you'll get an opportunity before the street closes to say yes or no, we're good to go to the next street. But that's the example, undo last. It backed up and said, okay, what did you really mean to do there? Oh, I actually meant to fold this player, right? I think that was the opposite, right? So now we've corrected, yeah, that player's folded. So now let's make this player bet. So this is showing you the new feature, whereas instead of the dial control, it's a number pad. So let's say they bet 10. And click OK. And we can even pretend, let's say for argument's sake now, we'll get a little bit more complicated on the corrections. Let's say they actually bet 20, but we typed in 10, and then we hit call really, because this player then immediately said call, so we said call. And we said, oh, wait, I didn't realize this person actually meant entered 20. So now you could do undo last action, it would bring it to this person. Then you could do undo last action again, it would bring it to this person. Or you could just click in here and say we want to make a correction, and it's done the rewind for you, and it's put the action back on here. Now you're going to re-enter that bet. You're going to say it was 20, it wasn't 10. Okay, and then it takes it forward again. So that player called. Let's say this player folded. Now here's what I was talking about within the streets. So now we're about to go to the flop. So the pre-flop street is coming to a close, and you have your option here. If you confirm this, you can't undo last action will fail. to go back, because it is from that perspective you've kind of committed it, and there's no opportunity to correct the action. So in general, if you find out on the river that you made a street on the mistake on the turn, you can't go back to that street. So this is your opportunity here. So let's say, for argument's sake, you did make a mistake. You said, "Oh, fold. No, I folded this guy, but I didn't mean to do that." So you could click into here and you could say unmugged, right? Say, okay, this player actually called. Now we're good. Now are we good to go? Yeah, we're good to go. So you would confirm it, right? So 3 players are about to see the flop. Confirmed. Ready for the flop. Confirmed. Okay. That dialogue there is just to kind of give you an option to prepare. There's really no backing out at that point. And then it's telling you that it's about to wait for the flop. And it's giving you a signal down here. We're expecting the flop. In case you get distracted in between, or you're adding up the pots or other people's stacks to make sure they're accurate, and then you forgot where you were, then it's telling you right here we're expecting a flop. And so the dealer would produce the flop there, and you'd move on to the next street. Okay? In the next video, I want to go into the auto hand completion, where it detects players that have won and things like that.